too much on one side. All right, does that look good? Do all angles look good now?
Yep.
You know who came up with the idea for this? You know who came up with the idea for my medal? No.
Can't see it in the camera, the metal.
What camera is it? 2?
This is
That's 3. So go to
This
2.
is your main camera.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you can see it in 2.
So what's my main camera? This one?
2, yes.
2.
Mm-hmm.
So let me position. Hey, YouTube people. So we getting set up. I'm about to start talking in a minute, y'all. We doing the last little things for my tape.
I'm gonna make that. Can I move it?
What? That?
It's like 2 over.
Yeah, you can move it.
This.
What move? What?
I gotta move that a little over. Okay.
What do you want me to move?
I'm gonna move this stand. It's like a little too far out.
To the left or right?
Move it this way.
Say hi to the people, Taylor. Y'all, it's a whole lot that goes on behind the scenes that
Okay.
you would never understand, talking people.
Is that
We have a whole production these days. Say hi, Jack. To get Jack on camera is like getting Casper to be seen, because Jack is always running.
I'm supposed to knock it, but I also need it to be like even. Okay, how does it look in the other camera?
Y'all want to know a fun thing about this suit, y'all? This suit is so old. I got this when I was 14, now I'm 21, and the waist still don't fit. Guess what I've been eating? Now, them other suits from when I was 16 and 17, y'all, they fit like a glove.
So
My butt is huge.
JiBron, on this the mic is covering your face a little bit. It's not like not the mic, that mic. So if you were to like crouch a little bit, you cover your face. So maybe that's good. I just
Hold on, I gotta look for camera.
so let me change the camera so you can see what I'm talking about.
Hold on, let me make sure camera 2 look right first.
Okay.
This is the main.
True.
Let's move Granny and then down.
You're right. I mean,
That looks good.
Hold on. How did we have this mic last week? Because it's all worked out.
Well, your computer was more.
The iPad was more close.
that's good. So now that's not covering your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
There
there
you
we go.
go.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Y'all, there's a whole lot that goes on into this messy little show, but I'm forever grateful. And welcome to the rebrand version of JiBron Unhinged. We're now just JiBron, because JiBron Unhinged makes it sound like I'm a psychotic, crazy person that I can't say because I'm trying to use my media training that I got. Okay? All right. All right, y'all. So we about to get ready to go. Yo, I'm so hot. I ain't gonna hold you. This suit is hot. Y'all, see, I'm burning up. Do y'all not see all these lights and stuff? Like, we got a whole little situation with the station. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll when y'all
All
are.
right, we're about to roll the intro applause in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, party people. It's me, JiBron, here, back again with another video. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And welcome back to the newly rebranded Just JiBron. Y'all, did you hear about Katy Perry? Apparently, she kissing girls with her other lips, and they don't like it. Did you also hear about Juice Adore and not being able to keep up with her finances? And did you hear about Teddy and Tina Campbell? And oh my God, Khloe is mad at Lamar. We had all that and more. So, can we talk? Y'all, I was minding my business, per usual, like I always do. And why do I see that Katy Perry is trending? Now, I'm thinking Katy Perry is trending because, I mean, she's Katy Perry. Granted, nobody has cared about her since Teenage Dream. No, the last time we cared about you, Katy Perry, was Roar. And that was like when I was in elementary school. So nobody has really cared about you in the last, 10 years? Okay, cool. So I was minding my business, strolling on Instagram, and I see that you're being sued by Ruby Rose. Now, I don't know who the heck Ruby Rose is, but apparently Ruby Rose is a very successful actress, and I do recognize her shows. I don't recognize her name, but I do know some of the work she's done, right? So, get this. All of this started behind Justin Bieber performing at Coachella. So, get this. So, apparently, Katy Perry made a comment about Justin Bieber pretty much sounded like he performed karaoke at Coachella, right? And so on what's it called? It's the Twitter version of Instagram. I forgot what the name of it is. But anyway, Ruby Rose commented pretty much saying that who cares what she has to say? She saved me, right? Okay, cool. Not cool, but she alleged that she was resting on her best friend's lap and she was pretty much trying to get away from Katy and she rubbed her other lips on her. To quote, she saw me resting on my best friend's lap to avoid her and bent down, pulled her underwear to the side, and rubbed her disgusting lips on my face until my eyes snapped open and I projectile vomited on her. The police were made note about this, and I cannot believe when I was reading the headline that they said this happened almost 20 years ago. And I'm like, 2010 was that almost 20 years ago? And I'm like, wait a minute, JiBron, you're 21. You were 5 in 2002. Oh my God, 2010 was almost 20 years ago. Thank God I'm alive and I keep living. I was like, oh my God. So another manager came out and said, and saw, he was there the night that the incident occurred, and he made comments about what he saw. He said that both ladies were pretty much drunk. He said he never saw the alleged incident. He did recall that the club that they were at where the alleged incident happened, it did get shut down. But he said that the night they were there, it was a chaos because Katy was going out dancing it was a security chaos. Katy was going out on the floor dancing with 600 people, and it was just a mess. He also said they had to arrange for cars to come and get them so the paparazzi wouldn't catch them leaving the club drunk, because y'all have to realize that this was when paparazzi was at its peak. Paparazzi mania was going on. Katy Perry was at the top of her game. I think this is around Teenage Dream era, if I'm not mistaken. The police have been told about the incident. The security guard said he didn't see anything. I don't know why the security guard is talking. Katy Perry's reps responded and they said that Ruby Rose in the past has made comments about people that have been false and untrue, and that she might essentially be lying, and that pretty much what she's saying is all a lie. Here's my thing about this incident. When alcohol gets involved with certain situations, it heightens tensions or exhibitions or freedoms that you normally do while sober. I don't know what to believe, because I never want to claim that a woman would lie about being assaulted by another woman. She also said that she wasn't going to pursue charges. She also said that it was hard for her to come out because this was a woman-on-woman crime. These incidents are sadly common occurrences in society and in America. You may have been affected by it. I know people who've been affected by it. It's a sad truth that ultimately is too common, especially in this industry, because people of a particular level or a particular caliber, they think that they are above certain things due to their socioeconomic status, especially when you're at the peak of your game and you're teenage. California girls, the unforgettable. Like, when you're at the top of your game, you pretty much think you're invincible, and you also think that you are untouchable. I don't know if this is true. I'm not going to say that it is true because I was not there, and people are saying that it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I don't think that this woman will wait almost 20 years to come up and lie about someone who's halfway irrelevant in the grand scheme of life. Because respectfully, Katy Perry, you haven't had a hit, like I said, since I was in elementary school. I mean, what is she really gaining? I mean, you are on American Idol, I think. And I remember you tried to do the Mariah Carey Wisdom Register and it didn't work for you. You looked crazy. But Katy Perry, one second. Y'all know we used to this microphone falling. But Katy Perry, in the grand scheme of pop culture, I mean, she's the artist of the past. She's like a relic now, and you know, her time has passed. She was very successful. She can always go on tour, and I'm not digging at her for saying that she was relevant 10 years ago. She had a longer run than a lot of people had. She wasn't a one-hit wonder. But Katy had that bubblegum pop music that people was getting down in the club to, and you know, Katy Perry, only like 2 of your songs, Roar and Last Friday Night. Other than that, I really could care. Oh, and the one with Snoop Dogg, I like that one too. Other than that, Katy, like, you were just like a fad. You were the weird lady who looked like Flo from Progressive, and that's that. I hope that Ruby Rose can get the justice that she needs, and That's on that. That's that on that. But y'all, did you hear about Khloe and Lamar? So last week, y'all know I reported about the documentary about about Lamar's life after death or whatever, right? And that Lamar pretty much was discussing all about what happened when he went to the stroke and all this and the third. Khloe has clapped back at Lamar because Lamar has pretty much been dragging her name through the mud. Let's be clear, Lamar. You owe your celebrityism to Khloe because, respectfully speaking, nobody really cared about you unless you were attached to a Kardashian. You were like the B-list from what I was told because my uncle was paying attention to basketball. We all know I can care less about sports, especially when I was 5 years old. No offense, I was obsessed with Hannah Montana. We talked about this in the last episode. So respectfully, Lamar, I wasn't checking for you, but I did know what a Kim Kardashian was and a Khloe Kardashian was. I feel like everybody in America knew what a Kardashian was, and nobody really knew what an Odom was. So Lamar went out and he was stopped by TMZ. I remember watching the interview when it happened because when I did the show last week, it happened right before I went to tape and went live with you all. Lamar pretty much said he didn't believe that his father would do such a thing. He said he pretty much was taking Khloe's credit away from all the things that she contributed and tried to help him with. And Khloe went on to say that I think what's pissing me off is we did this all good. I was done with this. I'm like, I'm never gonna do another Lamar thing again because I'm all good. But now Lamar's doing press and annoying me, claiming or insinuating that I'm a liar. All these things discrediting me, saying I was the one that helped him because I think Lamar went on the Today Show. And like Lamar's been on the press tour, and you pretty much have Khloe's name in your mouth because no offense, you wouldn't get an interview without Khloe because respectfully, nobody cares about you. You're an ex-drug addict who was on the Lakers. You're not Kobe Bryant. You're not LeBron James. You're not Dwayne Wade. You're not even Chris Bosh. Nobody really cares about what Lamar Odom has going on, respectfully, in this grand scheme of life. I saw that you were so desperate to get back in the public eye that you were dating Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop, and her deflated butt cheek. Nobody really cares about this show anymore either. Like you, Lamar, are a fame. I can't say the word, but you're a fame word that sounds or with a W. Like you really like attention and you really like the spotlight, but the problem is your spotlight and attention fame days are over because you left Khloe. Your NBA career is over because you were doing drugs, and I understand that addiction is real and it's an illness, but you can't blame anyone for your socioeconomic status and your relevance in life but yourself. You weren't up there getting branding dealerships like LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant or hell, even, well, Michael Jordan's the GOAT, so I can't say or even a Michael Jordan because, I mean, that's the standard for NBA players if you just want to be honest about it. You can't have an NBA player without a Michael Jordan. But you're not even Lonzo Ball. No one cares about you and your family and your mediocre lifestyle. Like, respectfully, go find a job. Go do seminars, inspire the youth about what not to do with drugs. Go tell people how drugs can mess up your life, your marriage, your finances, and your career because you know about this all too well because you lost everything behind a crack pipe. And the one person who had your back, you're dragging through the mud because let's be respectfully speaking, Khloe, if I were you, I would have been done with Lamar once he said he chose the crack pipe over me and he was like, give me my passport, I'm gonna go get my fix. Once the hooker called me and told me that he was spazzing out in the hotel room and I can't deal with him no more, I would have been out then. Khloe, you are a better human being than I would, because I'm not a woman. You are a better human being than I will ever be. Lamar has shown who he is time and time again. And like I always say about Khloe has a really genuine sweet heart and it emanates through the television. And this is another incident where you can see that Khloe is really a genuinely kind person. Because guess what? Khloe did not get paid to be in this documentary. Khloe did this documentary for free. Khloe got no gain out of this. Khloe is busy being a part with the Good American genes. Khloe has the Kardashians. Khloe, respectfully speaking, has a very well and lucrative career that she does not have time to be talking about her ex-husband from 10 years ago. Like, the divorce was fine. Do you not realize that this incident with Lamar had the stroke was over 10 years ago? And you're trying to have your comeback, and you're trying to have your moment, and you're trying to have your moment of relevance. No one cares about you anymore, Lamar. I hate to break it to you. You're never going to get back, but like, you are so disgusting. You even had one of those adult dolls created that looked like Khloe. Like, something is mentally wrong with you. I don't know, maybe you fell on your head too hard or something. I just don't know. Khloe also claimed that she felt played, and she said he switched up on her. Lamar, you need help. You need extensive therapy. You need extensive counseling. I can give you my therapist recommendation if you would like it because he does wonders. Something is clearly wrong with you, and you clearly have demons that are still not fixed. Even though you're sober now, you need to go ahead and look internally to see why you're still stuck 10 years ago and why you can't give people credit where credit is due. Because those Kardashians have done more for you than your entire family has, probably. Respectfully, your kids couldn't be there because, I mean, you left your kids to go be with Khloe. Let's just keep it a buck. You, as a person, are an opportunist, and you are, I don't want to say scum on the bottom of my shoe, but your actions just are beyond. I don't know what to say when it comes to you, Lamar. I thought you were better than this. You seem like a nice person watching the television, but now I feel like we were all sold a lie, a dream, a fairy tale, and a fantasy. I feel like that you are not genuine. I feel like that whatever you had with Khloe was all a lie, and that you were probably just sticking in the marriage just to maintain your relevance in the grand scheme of life. Your career would not have gone this far without Khloe, and the only reason you still get interviews to this present day is because of Khloe. Heck, the only reason why I'm talking about you on my show today is because of Khloe. Without Khloe, you're nothing. Start giving Khloe her 10%. And at this point, you need to sign with Kris Jenner's management agency because you owe all the Kardashians 10%. Because the way that your name keeps wrapped around Kardashian and your last name is Odom speaks volumes. Another reality TV news. Did y'all hear about Drew Sidora and Ralph? So, Drew Sidora, you look stupid. Drew Sidora apparently is about to lose custody of her children, and she's about to be put out of her marital home with Ralph. Now, if you don't know what previously went on, Drew Sidora and Ralph were still living in their Sam DeLuke, Georgia mansion, and I think it's in Sugarloaf. You know, that fancy neighborhood. Nene used to have a house in Sugarloaf, by the way. So, apparently the court recently they had a meeting or whatever, and Ralph is going to get primary custody of their two minor children because y'all know she has Josiah, Josiah, that's a traumatic name for me. Anyway, a whole other topic for a different day. So apparently recently they had a court hearing, and she's losing primary custody due to the fact that the children missed so many days while she was in their care. And she said, I can't leave the house because I'm going to be homeless. Here's the problem with me having about her being homeless. So, according to court documents, it was revealed how much Drew makes a month. Drew makes $12,066 a month, with annuals $144,792 a year. Ralph, on the other hand, makes $71,524 a month, which annuals $858,504 a year. When they were together, then they made like $1 million and a change. You mean to tell me you can't file a $500,000 special, put a down payment on it, and live comfortably? The problem is trying to keep up with the Joneses and those Atlanta girls, and you want the big house in the country club so you can compete with Phaedra and all of them. But the thing about Phaedra and all of them, they've been working consistently for the past 20 years, and respectfully, you were on The Game, the TLC movie, and that's all I can think of. I think you were in Drumline, but like every major movie you're in or major show, you always have some minor subdued role. Granted, there's nothing wrong with being a working actress, but Drew, you're like the D-list version of Raven-Symoné. In the grand scheme of life, nobody knows who the heck you are. The general public does not know you. And the only reason I'm talking about you is because you're related to Housewives of Atlanta. The reason I even want to talk about this story is, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have your finances in order whenever you get ready to get married with someone. I don't care if you come into marriage you both make $50 a month. You need to be able to some kind of way be able to support yourself, because at the end of the day, if you go to court and there's children involved, it's gonna be a case. And y'all know Georgia is like one of those mother states, so she must be a piss poor mom for little old Ralph, who goes to Florida cheating with his hussies to get full custody, and you can't even get custody. I mean, like, Drew, like, what kind of mother are you where your kids are missing school and stuff? Like, girl, what is going on? I understand you trying to keep up with that. Like, all them lies you be telling on Housewives, you should have been lying in court because maybe you would have been able to keep custody of your children, but I guess that won't happen. So now you're just claiming that you're going to be homeless. Girl, I know for a fact there's a nice apartment in Buckhead you can get for probably $3,000 a month, a 2-bedroom, because no offense, it's only going to be you and JoJo. And the kids can sleep in the living room on the weekends. You don't have to live glamorously. But I'm trying to figure out, how does a housewife in this day and age make only $12,000 a month unless your money's tied up somewhere? Are you trying to hide a paper trail of your money? Like, I don't know what's going on. Drew, nobody really cared about you since you came back on Housewives. I even mentioned to one of my producers today that who you were, and nobody knew who the hell you were in the studio. A small population of the world knows who the hell you are, but I mean, we don't care. I mean, I know you as the liar with the cheap wigs on Housewives, and I remember you trying to body shame people, and so they clapped back at you and pretty much said your body looked like a Tetris block, which I don't body shame people, but Drew, you look good now, girl. You got them wigs up, girl. You look good, sister. You look good. Also, in other divorce news, did y'all hear about Teddy and Tina Campbell? Now, I know that most of you probably who don't listen to contemporary gospel music know who Teddy and Tina Campbell is, but I'll give you the rundown. So Tina Campbell is a part of the popular gospel group from my childhood, Mary Mary, who I absolutely love and adore, and I'm a huge, huge fan. Mary had a reality show from 2011 to 2018 that I watched like chapter after chapter because they used to come on after the Braxtons, and this is when the Braxtons were at their peak on Root TV. So Teddy filed for divorce from Tina, but here's the crazy part about Teddy filing from divorce from Tina. Teddy cheated on Tina, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times, 4 different women, bought the hussies to the house, and guess what? One of the women was the godmother of their children. And their nanny. So you mean to tell me, you cheat on me with a smorgasbord of women, I take you back, I have a whole mental breakdown on national television. I beat up your Mustang. I break my wedding ring. I cussing out. My sister telling me I gotta fight at it like I'm fighting to go on the street. And you wanna leave me? Oh, heck no. After you publicly embarrass me not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times with 4 different hussies, and you bring them in my house because office, I'm pretty sure Tina was the breadwinner because when Mary May was at its peak, and you want to get a divorce from me? So apparently the two have been separated since June of 2024, right? Which that was like a year ago. But I think in California, you have to be separated a full year before you can even file for divorce. He cited irreconcilable differences. What is irreconcilable after? Like, no offense, Tina, you should have filed for divorce 10 years ago when he cheated on you that time. Y'all, me and my microphone not getting along today, are we? But you should have filed for divorce when he cheated on you with all the smorgasbord of women. Like, I don't understand why people stand in that marriage. My religion. Girl, do you not realize in the Bible that there's constitutes on grounds to get divorced from adultery? Like, you think Jesus sat around and was like, I want you to get cheated on, all look stupid out here in these streets with these people? There were certain reasons to get divorced. Cheating on me with half the block is one of them. Beating me up is another one. And playing with my money is another one too. Oh, and also messing with my peace. Jesus understands, he forgive why you think he died on the cross for us. You doing all these shackles on your feet so you can dance. And Teddy said, take the shackles off my feet because I want to get the heck away from you. You crazy, bad, crazy woman. Like, I feel bad for you because you really look like you made yourself look like an idiot. And then you went on that whole I love Trump raid. And then the black people in the black community was mad at you because they was like, how you gonna love Trump because he appeals to your Christian values? We all know I don't talk about politics, but politics does come up when it comes to your money. Respectfully speaking, you will never have a hit again until you apologize to the black community for you saying that and you pretty much looking like an idiot with that Ronald McDonald looking hair up in your head. I am a huge fan, but I will say Erica's always been my favorite because she's always been a go-getter, and I like her, and I just feel bad for you. The two have 2 minor children. They have not yet discussed spousal support. I was shocked when I found that they don't have any community assets. Well, I was like, What happened to the house? What happened to, I guess this divorce has been brewing for a long time. Tina, I would have been the one for filing for divorce. I wouldn't let Teddy beat me to the punch. I'm saying I'm sorry. A lot of scriptures you was quoting, you should have been quoting to the divorce courthouse and getting you a divorce decree and trying to figure out what the heck is going on with my life. Because after he cheated on me, girl, and had me crashing out on everybody, and I'm just, I don't want to live. I'm going somebody like, girl, I remember watching that every single week, and you pretty much was acting a plug fool behind Teddy, because I realized that when you love somebody real bad and they cheat on you with your godmother of your children, that's gotta be traumatic. Traumatic for me enough to move out of the country and never talk to your bum behind again. I would have told you, take you and your big nose and your short hair up out my house and get on way. I guess you felt some kind of compassion because you had the 2 minor children. But no offense, kids understand. Put them in some therapy. You got the money for it, and just go on about your business. But y'all, let's go to my final thoughts. So, y'all know once a week I like to talk to y'all about whatever random conversations that we have that I feel are interesting. This week we were talking about toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity, I feel like, is a topic that is very important to discuss, especially in our society today, because it does shape the way that men interact with life and with women. Toxic masculinity starts at a very early age if you are a male, particularly in the Black community. One person was kind of confused on why her boyfriend was like not showing his feelings and his emotions, and I was explaining that when you're a child, particularly a male child, you are told that do not cry, don't show anger, don't show emotion, because it shows weakness. And also weaknesses like that are used against you, because God forbid you get into a fight with your significant other, it is going to be used against you in an argument. I feel like that's why a lot of men don't get help, and that's why we see the suicide rates go up. That's why we see a lot of people walk around with untreated mental illnesses. This is why it is very important to kind of talk about mental health like I talk about on the show. Mental health is something that you just don't deal with on a one-time thing. Mental health is something that you have an active daily grind to get through. I mean, we all know I suffer from depression, and it's a choice for me to wake up out of bed every morning. And it's a choice for me to get up and come to work. And it's a choice for me to choose to be happy and not choose to be sad. It is a battle that we all fight with. But when society puts a pressure on a man to pretty much be a provider and be the one who's always in control and doesn't show anger and pay bills and be the protector, and you have to go out and gather, I feel like it's unrealistic expectations on a person, because at the end of the day, men are humans too. They hurt, they bleed, they need emotional support. They need to know that someone loves and cares about them. They need to know that someone's going to be there for them after a long day of work. They need to know that someone has their back just as much as they're going to have somebody else's back, and not have it being used against them in the grand scheme of life. It's sad that, particularly, I don't know about in other cultures, but I do know in the American culture, and particularly in the Black culture, that this is why a lot of people turn to addiction. This is why a lot of people crash out. This is why a lot of people turn to violence, because they don't know how to regulate their emotions. Because as a child, you're not taught to talk about your feelings. You're taught to bottle them up inside. And when it's like a pot simmering, and then it just finally bubbles up, and then when it explodes, everybody's just looking crazy and they don't know what happened. It's a sad thing that we have to deal with, but my show is a place where I'm going to talk about it. And as long as I have a microphone and lights and camera, I'm going to spread awareness for us guys. And you're not in this alone. If you need help, don't be afraid to go get help, because at the end of the day, you never know what a person is going through. And just because someone looks put together, you don't know what their coping mechanism is. But anyway, y'all, that's all the time that I have for you this week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next time of Just JiBron. Love y'all. Bye. Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye. Ooh.